go ahead here and attack with Eternatus VMAX. We're going to be using Dread End for the knockouts. You are now watching Lesage, the best place to learn about competitive Pokemon TCG. Let's get it! Yo, what's poppin' peeps? Welcome back to the channel, Lesage here. Yo, today we're going to be covering over Eternatus VMAX, basically the big dark Pokemon that destroys your opponent's bench and all that good stuff. I think this deck is relatively powerful. It's powerful because Mew VMAX is weak to dark. That's really the best thing to have it. Etern, to be honest, is not my favorite deck in the formats. I do like to try to be honest with people as possible. I think that Gengar might be more of a better dark deck and a little bit cheaper too, so I don't really see the appeal of Etern. But you want to know what, as we do kind of go over the top 20 decks in the format, Etern certainly is sitting in there. So keep that in mind that we are covering all of those decks. And if you're a fan of Etern, I mean, Etern's a cool deck. I've definitely seen a lot of success with it. We're going to go ahead and cover over the deck profile and cover over some gameplay, so stay tuned for that. The list is in the description, so be sure to check that out. Let's jump into this deck profile, see exactly what's poppin'. Here we have it, Eternatus VMAX, a deck that's always seen success in the past, took a little bit of a break, and it's back up in the top 20. I think this deck's doing pretty well because Eternal Zone is a great ability to build up a gigantic bench. It allows you to play a lot of copies of Crobat V and all that stuff to draw cards with dark assets, but it also powers up Dread End. Dread End's great against a lot of just kind of V decks, so the Turbo ZACIANs, the Suicune Ludicolo, stuff like that. But at the same time, you also have double damage against Mew VMAX, which ends up being pretty good. Being a dark deck is really not bad in this format. You keep on losing to Mew, you either play Mew, because if you can't beat them, join them. If you don't want to join them, playing a dark deck is certainly a valid strategy in this current metagame. So you're going to be building up the bench. The Pokemon you want to put down there are Galarian Moltres V. You can move energies around with Energy Switch, get those energies back with Dire Flame Wings. I think that Umbreon V and Umbreon VMAX are great to have that kind of Sato boss that you could bring up your opponent's Pokemon. I added Adventurous Discovery into this deck. I think it's a pretty cool build. Either you're going with some kind of Galarian Wheezing kind of take on this deck, or an Adventurous Discovery thing on this deck. I think Adventurous Discovery is great to get set up because you could also use to build up Eternal Zone and grab Eternatus VMAXs and stuff like that. So overall, I think this is a strong build of the deck. It's not necessarily like Etern, like I said, it's not necessarily my favorite deck right now. It definitely was one of my favorite decks in the past, but I think once this deck gets Ultra Ball and Brilliant Star, this deck can absolutely take off like a lot of the other VMAX decks that don't necessarily have all the support that they're looking for. So Eternatus VMAX, definitely solid right now. So let's jump into some gameplay, see exactly what's going on with this deck. So our opponent's going to be calling it the coin flip here. We lost the coin flip again. That's okay. I've been playing a handful of games, and I mean, we've lost the coin flip a few times. This is really a good way to go second with Adventurous Discovery. I really have no problems with it. Our hand's like not the greatest, but it's usable for sure. I wonder what we're playing against. Metal, Quick Balls. Keep it toughness. Looks like it's Turbo ZACIAN. Maybe Turbo ZACIAN will just like miss an energy or something like that. Yeah, I think it's definitely Turbo ZACIAN. So maybe we'll be able to get around this. So we'll see. There's an energy. They always go for like a huge Intrepid Sword. See what our opponent goes for here. Intrepid Sword. Please miss. Please miss. Please miss. No. Yeah, it's always really tough because I just feel like we don't have a lot going on here. Let's go Adventurous Discovery. Etern. I literally think we can go Etern. Just dropping whatever we think we could drop. Etern. Moltres. Attach. We're gonna try to draw 2 cards. See if we can get anything good going on there. Tower of Darkness could be cool. Our opponent does play Crystal Caves. So we're going to go ahead here and I think we just go pass. I think we expect that our opponent's going to go Brave Blade, attack our active. They might be able to go Boss's Orders. Boss's Orders, I would actually really appreciate if they go Boss's Orders on this one. Hopefully they don't play a Marnie, because Marnie's been the death of us today. There's their air balloon. Okay, they're just going for the knockout, so we're getting ready to knock out the ZACIAN right back in return. which is kind of huge for us. It's nice. So let's go like that, and we just need to get set up a little bit. We need a few Pokemon in general. So let's go ahead, put our Tower of Darkness down. Let's go ahead this. We also have, we can get an energy in our discard pile. I think that's probably the best thing that we could do is grab something. Now, when it comes to, I just want to diversify our board state a little bit, so we're going to grab this. We do want to try to thin our hand out as much as possible because we are trying to draw into our other bench Pokemon. So let's go this, go there. I think it could have actually gone there, but it doesn't really matter. Let's go Crobat V, and we need to find 2 basic Pokemon to get the knockouts. Yo, we got the 2 basic Pokemon. We could also just go Adventurer's Discovery here, but I think Marnie might be the play. I'm actually thinking Marnie might be the play. Just so our opponent has less of a hand, and maybe they won't be able to get anything. I think that's really what I'm hoping for the most here. So let's go ahead here and attack with Eternatus VMAX. We're going to be using Dread End for the knockouts. So we're going to draw a couple of our prize cards, and I mean, we got to watch out for their Zamazenta V, but that's typically it. Zamazenta V is pretty much what we got to worry about here. If we could just Umbreon that Pokemon up too, we're in a good spot. So I think we're doing okay. We don't need to worry. It's just really Zamazenta is what we have to worry the most for right now. It's a really good coffee. I really needed that. Busted Hiding Darkness into Umbreon. I think that's really what I'm happy about. So let's go ahead and do this. We have access to retreat for free. We're going to retreat here. We're going to go bring up our opponent's ZACIAN. And you want to know what? Let's try to ruin their hand a little bit more. Yeah, our opponent's going to concede. So we're going to go ahead, call the coin flip. We lost the coin flip. That's okay. Maybe we'll be able to use Power Accelerator or something like that. And we're going to start off here with Crobat. I mean, when you play 4 Crobats in your deck, definitely some chances of starting with Crobat in general. It's just one of those things where, I don't... Catcher, Crushing Hammer. This looks like we're playing against Victini. Always understanding what your opponent's deck is doing. 6 mulligans, are you for real? Yeah, so we are playing against a Victini deck. The Victini deck might be a little bit difficult for us to deal with. That's all we have going on here. Is Victini might be a little bit difficult for us to deal with. Probably not a great matchup, to be honest. But we'll try to get set up here. So let's go Dark Energy goes there. Let's go Quick Ball away this. And we're going to go ahead and put down another Eter. And I think that sounds really good in general. Our opponent put Kabu in play. So it's one of those things where I think... as much as I really like this hand, and I think everything is going swell, I am going to put Tower of Darkness, bump away their path to the peak. I am going to play Marnie and hope to get set up. Oh wait, I didn't don't want to click no, we want to click yes. Let's see what we could shuffle and maybe get into this new hand. Another thing that we got to watch out for is just our opponent's ability to get set up. So let's go ahead here, quick ball this. Like, they could get another path to the peak is what I guess I'm trying to say. Is let's use Crobat while we're in the moment. Let's see how this goes. Really not great because our opponent could path to the Picus and we don't have much going on. But if they get the knockout on Crobat, we might be able to attack them. Their deck plays a bunch of Crushing Hammers, plays Fan of Waves, plays access to catchers, boss's orders. Like, I don't think we're in a great spot is what I'm trying to say. If they don't get set up, Victini VMAX is really one of those like awkward decks. At least I know they're not playing a boss. And so far they haven't played a Crushing Hammer. And so far they have not played a Victini VMAX. These are the things that really could matter. There's a Crushing Hammer, there's a head. So you can see that like our turn is like pretty much burned already. And the way that they're splitting up the energies, they might just go V bullets. Although it does give us an extra turn to get set up. You wanna know what? Let's see if we can get set up here. We might have a chance. We're gonna go for Evolution Incense first to try to thin some cards out. Let's go for an Eternatus VMAX. We want to try to get a Crobat and a Moltres and a Switch. So let's go here with Great Ball first because we're looking for one of those. There's Crobat. And now we can go ahead here and go Quick Ball, go ahead this. We need an Energy Switch as well. I guess I should note that. But that's okay. You want to know what? We're able to get set up a little bit. And there's that. And there's that. Don't really want to attach special energies whenever possible in this matchup because our opponent does play 4 copies of Fan. But it is what it is. Sometimes you just got to deal with it. Well, our hand isn't really where we want it to be. The Adventurer's Discovery is great to grab some things, but it's a little bit lame at other times, like this time. Let's go Tower of Darkness, discard that. And again, like, we really don't have too much going on here, so we're going to go ahead here and... It doesn't really matter. We're just going to go ahead here and pass. And maybe our opponent will get the knockout on the Crobat. Maybe our opponent's going to get something else. Like, this is what you get when you play against these, like, mid-range disruption decks. And I mean, it is what it is. Like, they could just go catcher, gobble things up. They should probably knock out my Moltres if they're knocking out anything. Because Moltres can accelerate energies. Exactly. Our opponent knows what they're doing. And this is what you get when you play E-Turn sometimes. It's not really the best game. It's not always going to be the best setup. And sometimes, like, even Adventurer's Discovery, like I said, it's just going to get clogged up in your hand in the process. So I don't know why our opponent would play Marnie. We didn't play a supporter that turn. Maybe they don't have access to the Victini or the Victini VMAX or anything else like that. But we can get set up a little bit. We're going to discard this one first because that's the one with damage. Let's discard some other Crobats because Crobats are not really the cards that we want on our bench. We only play one more Stadium to get out of this. So that might be a little bit tough for us to deal with. But we'll see how it plays out here. Still really not the greatest setup of all time. It's just kind of really hard to get set up. But that's okay. You want to know what? We're playing this to beat Mew, and not really Victini. So that's one of those things. Let's see if we can get anything here. Nothing really. I mean, we could pitch this away out of our hands. Again, same thing with like Quick Ball. Maybe there's something else that we just don't want. I'm actually pretty okay with most of those in the deck, to be honest. So let's go ahead, attach that. Do I want to evolve this? Probably not. The path is only going to hurt us, like, if we don't get, like, an Energy Switch or anything else like that. Like, we're not that worried about what our opponent might have. We just want to start attacking into the Victinis, because we're not really one-shotting our opponent too much in the process either. So let's go ahead. Again, we're going to pass here. Our opponent's already played a Crushing Hammer, 2 Fan of Waves. There's only so much that they could really play down. Thankfully, they got another Tails there. And maybe they're going to start attacking with the Victini. They're going to start attacking with that Victini. So there's another Marnie. Will they find the energy is the big question. Or will we be able to get around this? I mean, we want to find an energy. But these are really the 2 Pokemon that we want to be knocking out. Okay, so we finally have an opportunity to start knocking them out. That's one way to kind of deal with it. Is that we are going to attempt to start knocking out our opponents. Let's go Galarian Moltres V, because again, Path to the Peak's going to shut that off. Let's go Marnie, giving our opponent a lesser hand size. And we need to find an energy and maybe a supporter. Right now, we're not really doing enough to 2-shot our opponent. That's probably the worst part about it, is that we're going Dread. Oh, we are doing 2-shot. I wasn't thinking about the active. So we just attack our opponent 4 times. And we attack this at 4. So 1, 2, 1, 2. 4 times total is what we're trying to do to win the game. And we have boss's orders as well to bring up the right ones to get them attacked and all that stuff. And please get Tails. No, that's really not what we're looking for. Unless, of course, we can get out of our other Path to the Peak. Oh, they're just going to go boss. So if they go boss around us, of course, we're not going to have a way to get around things. But we'll attempt. They still have access to 2 more boss and 3 more Pokemon catchers. Victini is going to do Victini things and try to steal games like that. Let's put another Pokemon down. Let's attempt to get another energy. We should be pretty close to getting an energy. Yep, so we have another energy. I mean, we are close if our opponent doesn't have a boss. But it really, again, it's just not going to help out too much if we can't get those one-shots. And our opponent's going against 2 prize card, 2 prize card, 2 prize card. So we win the game in 2 turns. Our opponent wins the game in 2 turns. I think we probably just lose this game, to be honest, but we'll try our best. Even if our opponent attacks the active, I think we lose the game. But there's another Pokemon catcher. We're surviving. We're trying to survive. And our opponent can definitely go Kabu, get another Crushing Hammer. Oh, they're just going to go ahead and max victory it up. The tower could be really good for us, to be honest. Let's go for this. This, and we're going to try to get a Crobat. I mean, so far, it's working, kinda. How many switches have we gone through? That's probably a really important aspect. We do need to power up this Pokemon, and we might as well use our Dire Flame Wings. Like, we need to attack with the other one ASAP. So yeah, I don't think that we're going to be able to get out of this one. We won't be able to get out of the active. We were like one of those cards too short. So we can go ahead and hit the active. We could have brought up a Victini and been down to 1 prize card, but it's just how it happens sometimes, right? Those Crushing Hammers and stuff really add up throughout the course of the game. That's what we got going on for Eternatus VMAX. Sometimes the deck's going to get set up, sometimes it's going to struggle to get set up. If you're looking for any of the cards for this deck or any other deck, you can use code ZACIAN5 at PTCGO That link's also in the description along, again, with the copy and pastable deck list that you can put right into PTCGO. On the other hand, I do want to let people know that I do offer coaching, so if you are looking to up your game in any capacity, whether or not I showed how well I could play this deck or not, I do know a lot about a Pokemon and I can help you out. Hit me up at Discord at ZachLesage, #3773, or at ZachLesage PTCG on Twitter if you're looking for some coaching sessions. So that being said, I will let all y'all go. Thank you so much for watching this video. The support lately has been unreal, and I'm looking forward to see y'all back for more Pokemon content on the channel. Remember, it's daily uploads now, so stay tuned for more great Pokemon stuff in the future. Peace out and have a great day. I truly appreciate you taking the time out of your day to watch this video. It means the world to me. And my goal with this channel is to spread my love of the game and knowledge with our entire Pokemon TCG community. If you haven't already, help signal boost this video to other Pokemon TCG fans by liking it, sharing it with your friends, and subscribing to the channel. Hopefully we reach our goals really soon. Check out this recommended video, and have yourself a great day. Thanks.